All right, we've got the center caps off. We've got the tires off. This thing does have metal hub hexes on it for the drives. So far, everything's looking good. Of course, I got to clean it up from the test runs that I've done. So I'm going to take these tires and wheels and break them down, and then I'm going to clean them up real good, and then we'll put the dual stage foams to it. However, before I put it all back together, I am going to put some extra weights in these plastic wheels. These wheels aren't too shabbily built. I think they're pretty heavy duty and they might last a while. But I am also going to paint these. So I'm going to paint all this up and make it a little bit prettier to go with that SCX6 Trail Honcho Big Eagle. Okay, so these factory beadlock wheels has 6 screws around them, and there's the screws. I've went ahead and pulled all the screws out of them. There's 6 of them on the back side. There's the stack right there of all the tires that I pulled them out of, wheels that I pulled them out of. Now we're going to break them down here real quick. I just, trying to save a little bit of video time for all you guys and stuff. So I'm going to see if I can pull these apart one-handed, and may not be able to. So I'm going to pause the camera and take it apart real quick and get them popped loose a little. Well, this tire here and wheel, it's together now. It's pretty stout little wheels. I'm having to use a little pry tool to get in here and try to get them pried apart. I'm hoping you're seeing this. See if we can get them pried up and pried loose. Evidently they've got some notches that they fit into, is what it feels like. So then we've got to take the tire, the rubber part off of it, and we'll see what we got there. I think these wheels are pretty thick. Yeah, they look pretty nice. If you break those, it's because you took a heck of a lick. So yeah, I think we'll just stay with these and paint them. I don't believe I'm going to buy any kind of aluminums to go on this. Aluminum beadlocks are nice, and they do add the weight that you might need, but I think I can weight these down with my wheel weights and we'll be in good shape. Be right back. Okay, so there it is. It's come apart for us, and yeah, it's got some centering lugs and stuff like that where it all centers up. So we've got that part of it out. Hopefully the front side will pop right out of there with no problem. We'll find out real quick. Pretty good sized beadlocks. See if we can get that front to pop loose. And should have a clamp ring there. If it's anything like a standard beadlock, it might be something molded all together. I don't know. Wow. Okay, so the foams are right there. We're going to take a look here and real quick and be right back again. So yes, sir, I had to actually take my little prying tool and get in here and pry against that center ring and the outer hub of the beadlock to get it to start out of there. That thing fits together nice and snug. Just be careful if you take these apart and you plan on reusing them, and try not to damage any of the plastics, because they do go together nice and tight already. Factory beadlocks look pretty thick. They look nice. I don't know for sure what gauge that is, but that's pretty nice and thick stuff. Heavy duty plastics, ain't no doubt about it. So I think we'll be fine with that. I do believe so. Well, now it's off to the bath. We're going to give it all a bath. We'll take all these apart. Got 3 more to go. And we'll take these things apart and we'll give them all a bath, get them all cleaned up, nice and pristine, and then start shooting the paint on them. Yes, sir. We'll see what happens. Okay, so I'm testing out the fitment of the inner lock ring inside the Injora. It fits nice and snug, the Injora 2-stage foams. There's the outer part of it underneath there on the table, and this one here is the one complete together along with the factory factory foam. Now I've got my little poker right here, okay, and we're going to go right here and show you. Okay, that's pretty stiff, okay, and that is really soft. I mean really soft. That is pretty stiff. I ain't gonna poke a hole in it. That's pretty stiff stuff. So what I'm contemplating doing is taking the factory foam and maybe cutting about 1/4 of an inch, maybe a 1/2 inch off of this on this outside edge, okay, and using that as a cap for the tread pattern on those wild peaks to get it a little bit softer contact patch on that part of it. And I think it'll work. Now, I have used on my foams before those little hair bonnet net things, and I've wrapped them around the foams, and those things do conform pretty nicely for an outer part of a foam. But I think I'm not going to use these stock foams for anything else, so I might as well go ahead and cut them down and cap that Injora, which will make it even more fun to stuff into that hole. That's already a monster thing compared to the size of that hole. That's going to be fun. Hey, having fun, laughing, playing, and RCing. Stay with us. We'll get all this done up. Okay? Yeah, show you the final product once I get all that painted up. Yes. The weights, these are mag weights, peel and stick, 1/4 ounce mag weights. I'm putting a total of 18 of them on each insert for the lock rings on this big truck. Yeah, it's 4.5 grams, or 4.5 ounces rather, 257 grams or something like that. Anyways, you want to make sure, now this little Dawn soap and water mix, you want to make sure that you clean off all of that area that you're going to stick these to so that they don't come off. Alright, so you just take a rag, little Dawn dish soap or some kind of good cleanser that don't leave residue behind, and you clean it up for that way that your mag weights will stick to it. Now fortunately this takes 9 in between each vent hole, so I'm going vent hole to vent hole with 9 mag weights, and you want to try to keep them as centered in between the hub edges as you can, and you just pull, peel, and stick, and come around here, and there's that vent hole right there. Hopefully you can see that vent hole. So, and there's a vent hole there. So these are vented, and they will be vented yet. I have not cut the foams at this time, but we're going to try to cut one of these foams. They're kind of bent out of shape. Grab one real quick. You kind of see that they're kind of bent out of shape, and yeah, it'd be kind of hard to cut a straight line all the way around, trying to cut that like, you know, 1/2 inch or so off of that, because you go to cut and stab in there, and that's going to want to fold in instead of being true like this right here. That there folds out, and that's the way it needs to do whenever you go to put your scissors through there and start cutting. What you'll have to do is you'd have to cut this side and then cut this side and try to make the same margin. So I've got to figure that out, see if I'm going to try to cut those or just go with what we've got. I would really like to put a little extra padding on top of those stiff dual stage foams for the outers, but I might not be able to. Anyways, continue watching. We'll be right back. Okay, what we have done here, taking these factory RTR foams, and we're using this little container lid. Of course, come from my wife's kitchen. So don't tell her that I've taken her canister apart and used the lid for a measuring device. And of course, I'm using a silver Sharpie to outline that with. And I'm using this double-edged X-Acto blade to do my cuts. So, my dual-stage Injora foams are now turned into triple-stage Injora foams. Those, I think, will work really good. Now, these white foam, they're pretty stiff. And y'all know that closed cell foam is real stiff. That factory foam is nice and soft. And that's what I want in my tread pattern. So my treads will work. Yes, this is happening. And with a little bit of making sure that you go straight up and down and cutting both sides, that's out of here. And this will be used to wrap the white foam. Loving it. Having fun, laughing, playing, and RCing. Well, okay, I've got that foam inside of one tire. Yes, sir. It takes a lot of effort, but it's in there. So, I've got 3 more foams to go inside of 3 more tires. I'm pretty sure it'll get done, but you really got to work these foams around. Now, a trick that I've done is I use some Aleene's tacky glue to adhere these 2 pieces of foam together. That way they won't slip and slide on each other, and when you put them in, you can put these 2 pieces in, and then put the closed cell inner foam in. So I have actually created a 3-stage foam for these monster 7-inch tires. Oh yeah, for this trail honcho. Oh, Big Eagle, go Big Eagle. Okay, my Injora hex adapters have come today. And I've kind of been waiting on them to get here. And I was hoping they would be. These are the stock hex adapters. They are really light. They're aluminum. They're strong. And it's got the little carbon screw that goes with them. The Injora hex adapters are brass. They also have a stainless steel heavy screw. So between the brass and the screw, they're definitely going to put some low end weight on these axles. Not going to be overweighted by no means, but it will definitely make a difference. We're going to put them on all 4 corners, and we're going to be able to remount my wheels and tires and get my triple stage, dual stage Injora foams and triple stage Larry's RC room foam. Yeah, onto this trail honcho. Okay, we've got it done. They are mounted up. They look good under that truck. I am liking them. Yes, I did do the spare. I sure did. And made them give it a aluminum look from the back side. So it's a little silver 2x paint primer for plastic, wood, metal, all the surfaces. That's what it looks like now. Well, I've got the Injora upgrades for the 2-stage foams. Then I took the foams from the stock foams and cut them, as you've seen, and turned them into 3-stage foams. I've got the Injora brass hex adapters, and I'm telling you now, it's just right. With the weight of this truck, and as these break in and wear in, this truck will be supreme. Still got to do my graphics on my CapCut for it, but I want to thank you all for watching. Stay tuned. I'm going to give this a quick test run unless I run out of daylight. As you can see, battery's charging and the sun is trying to set on me. Yes. Test. Okay, I'm going to do some one-handed driving here. This is just a quick test for the conformity of these tires, these wheels, with the triple stage foams in them. And this here is what I'm wanting to see. Okay, so far so good. Take it up here on the stoop. See what it'll do. See if I can do this one-handed stuff. Oh, let me hold it right there. And there it is. Oh yeah, look at that. Conforming right into it. Now we gotta see what this rear end will do here. Uh-oh. I think I might have messed up and not angled in far enough for me to hit everything. There it is. Look at that. That's what I'm after right there. Yes. Yes. They're conforming and not flatten out. I'm liking that. Come here to the front side. This is just my front porch coming into it. Watch it come in. Oh, look at that conformity right there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Perfect. Not rolling sideways. Just conforming to what it needs to. Oh, look at that. Not rolling sideways. Just conforming to grab a hold. Yes. Oh, I do believe the Injora dual stage with the Larry's RC Room triple stage addition has got this truck dialed in for grip. As best without, on a budget now. For the $21 for the dual stage foams, little time, effort, little paint just to paint it up, make it look pretty. As you can see, that is so cool. Yes. Hey y'all, thanks for watching. Stay safe, play healthy, do something good for somebody if you can. We're having fun, laughing, playing, and RCing here at Larry's RC Room with the SCX6 Trail Honcho Big Eagle. Yes, I'm loving every second of this big truck. This thing is awesome.